good, just my height. Bessie Chronopolis, thank you for all the work that you do. I know it's not easy. I have a few things to share with you, some comments about a variety of issues. And remember that in the forefront of whatever decision you make, that we are a unique community. I hope that DeKalb never falls into the trap of being like everybody else. Let's remember our uniqueness is much like the gentleman before me spoke. 3 items, and Chris, Mayor Paulson, you have a copy of this. Budget. It's a process that goes throughout the year. As you make decisions about spending, consider the following woes that seem to be in the limelight. Safety issues. Those of us on the south side received a flyer like this in regards to some of the issues that were just reiterated. Look at this issue from every perspective so as to be able to come to a logical conclusion that will first and foremost provide the public adequate service. There may have to be sacrifices made on all fronts in order to achieve the objective. Work together and leave no stone unturned. At first I didn't understand why only some of the aldermen were targeted, but now after asking some questions I found out that it is because it primarily impacts the south side. Social services. Encourage as much networking as possible to be a priority of all the services. Analyze how money is allocated according to the needs of the community. Does the city have access to any studies or findings that relate to the needs of the community? This type of an approach, a needs assessment, might serve the council with a decent set of guidelines as you go about the difficult task of distributing funds. The municipal band, come now. I can get you as much information about the historical significance of this organization. The DeKalb Municipal Band is one of the oldest in the country, one of the oldest continually funded municipal bands in the USA. I believe it's about 155 years and counting. It's appalling for the city council to even consider cutting funding. Whose idea was this? Perhaps more of you should attend the concert Tuesday nights, 8 p.m., Hopkins Park Band Shell. If anything, consideration should be given to expanding the use of that facility during the summer. The south side, that's where I live, on the south side. Here we go again. We've lost another grocery store. What exactly did the city do to assist Sullivan's? Did the city put forth too many resources toward other locations and ignore this location? What are we doing to plan ahead and be proactive in our decision making where our corridors are concerned? It seems as if, at least in the case of the south side, we're in a position of being reactive rather than proactive about how matters develop. I've asked before about this particular issue and have yet to get an answer. Amtrak. Genoa is trying to get an Amtrak facility going. This just came to my attention, and I feel it is a fantastic opportunity for our area. Allow me to quote from an email I received about this topic. This is from our school district. Quote, Belvedere and Rockford business leaders are lobbying hard and campaigning to have a rail service go through Belvedere and not Genoa. Amtrak's own study showed the best route would come through Genoa, providing service to much of DeKalb County, including the campus of NIU, Western Kane County, and parts of Boone County. This would significantly and positively impact all of our communities, unquote. NIU needs to participate in this. DeKalb Chamber needs to participate in this. The city of DeKalb needs to participate. Other cities such as Genoa, Sycamore, perhaps Cortland should also join forces and present a united front. I've heard, as I've been talking to about a handful of people, that some people and entities are holding back. This is disappointing. Why is it that people hold back and are afraid to commit? Since DeKalb has not been able to find success in attracting some type of commuter rail service, then why not support a nearby community's efforts? This would certainly have a positive impact. It seems as if the burden once again will fall upon the concept of a grassroots movement. It seems as if the burden once again will, thus I have a blank petition to present to you. Mayor Polson, you already have a copy, as does the clerk. Hopefully this will provide you and the council with the incentive needed to act on a vision. Imagine active regional support for the good of our respective communities. Cooperative efforts have been known to work. It will be interesting to see how the various entities and how our legislators in Springfield react. I wonder if logic and common sense will actually prevail. Oh, and no more studies, please. Just become acquainted with the information that has already been accumulated through the efforts of IDOT and Amtrak. One more real quick question, and it could be answered when item K1 comes up. Are we ever going to have a return of the recycling centers so that we could go and dump things like we once did instead of having to go all the way out east? And is there a possibility of an expansion of some kind of a seasonal program where waste, specialized kinds of waste, like paints and those types of things can, as a combined effort, be disposed of? Thank you.
Thank you, Bessie. Daniel?